I'm just going to change location, and there we are.
What we got? Good morning, Paul.
Morning. All right. I've gone to get a tie.
The other Paul.
Oh, all right.
Morning, Paul the Biscuit.
I think
Morning.
I've taken the wrong
Well-
one.
How did your run go? Did you enjoy it?
It was good. It was great fun. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, how many took part?
Well, we had 6 designated runners.
Yeah.
But the interest on the road was such that we had another 8 people who joined in at
Oh,
various
brilliant.
times. So,
Yeah.
some people who've never run a step before, a couple of them
Yeah.
just walked a mile.
That's great.
Hold
Yeah,
on, Paul.
and
Hold on.
Yeah.
some walked a fair bit
Morning, Chris.
and then
Right.
finished up running
Yeah.
for the last couple of hundred
Yeah.
yards.
How much did you raise, Paul?
At the minute, we're on 1,650, I think.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? Better than stopping in bed, isn't it?
It was. I tell you, it was really funny. One of the guys dressed up, he had a different outfit on every time he ran. Another guy, he dressed up as one of the as Pamela Anderson.
Oh, yeah. Not Viv Anderson, then.
No, Pamela Anderson. Look, no,
And it wasn't even the fashion.
I can't say he looked good. I've got 2 ties on. One's Charlton Athletic and one's QPR.
No accounting
Good
for
on with the
taste.
tie business.
No, I did work for them both at different times. Where is Brian now?
He's there. He's got his tie on.
He's there. There he is. Disguised as Richard.
Yeah, I saw that one.
John,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Big Paul,
There he is.
do you like me backdrop?
I'm stunned. Are you in your house? Are you sure you're not round at Keith's, are you?
Got over it.
What's
That's
going on here?
where I am.
Yeah. You're round at Keith's, aren't you? Or has Keith lent you 2 shirts? Yeah.
I think you know where I am.
That's behaviour I don't expect from you, Paul. That's provocative.
I think Brian's on a walkabout, is he?
Yeah.
You doing your exercises, Brian?
Me, I'm trying. Yeah, you're breaking up. I'm finding it very difficult to hear what everybody's saying because it keeps breaking up and very distorted. But I'm trying to pick up. But I have been and put my tie on. But you just caught me unawares a little bit. I was peeling potatoes and preparing my lunch, sort of thing, when Richard brought the phone to me. Of course, he's nipped out now. He's in the car, so he's not with me in the house. So it's nice to hear everybody and keep getting a picture of each of you.
Yeah.
All right.
Rogues Gallery.
I've got a little picture of you in the bottom corner, John.
Thank you. That's where I belong.
Paul's got an opening bottle.
See or hear me?
You know last week.
Yeah.
You know last week with the whiskey saga. After we finished.
Have you got that open yet?
Super glue.
After we finished the meeting last week.
Yeah.
Keith and he couldn't. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send it to the World's Strongest Man competition, and if they can go up to them.
Good morning, Tony. Tony,
Good morning. Morning.
you've got your finger in the way. I hope it's your finger anyway. That's it. That's better.
Morning, Keith.
Yeah. Morning,
Good morning.
Tony.
Yeah. I'm
Just to
watching
explain-
your Superman.
Right, just to explain to everybody, can I just set the rules, please? If you want to speak, hold your hand up, please. Try and speak unless.
What on earth?
Can
is
I
that?
interrupt a second, Keith? Can anybody see me? Because I can't see myself on the phone.
I can't see you. It just
Right,
says.
I'm leaving and rejoining.
All right.
Right.
Okay. Right.
Morning.
So if you hold your hand up, just to explain to everybody, who we've got today. As well as the regular rogues, we've also now got Brian the Tie.
Yes.
And he's got his tie on.
I hope he's got his tie on. Everybody else,
I certainly have.
yeah. We've also got Tony Smith with us. Tony came and gave us a talk about when he used to run the R&B club at Freshville.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I remember that.
Of course, it would be remiss of me to say that I actually played football with Tony as well. He was a fantastic centre-half, one of the best centre-halves I've ever played with in my life. Now, on top of that, Tony's real claim to fame, and I hope he'll forgive me for mentioning this again, is that he turned the Beatles down.
Well done.
Beatles.
Well done, Tony.
You didn't fancy black leather groups, and to give Peter a ring, and it was Pete Townsend, and the rest was history for Pete Townsend.
Well done.
So, oh, here we've got Ron coming back in now. Yeah, he's there. Right.
Brian's doing some strange things with his head.
I think
I
he's
think-
putting his
Oh, next to
PPE
his
on.
ear. Richard,
He could be right.
Brian,
Lucky if you
Well,
could.
that's a better looking member of family, Ian.
Yeah,
Ryan.
there was a news article. Well, it's this 10 o'clock program, health check or something, and they talked to a vet, and the vet gave an update on what they were doing, but he said your dogs can suffer social stress from all this. So one thing that helps them is if they at FaceTime actually get involved in the conversation and hear other voices.
Fancy that.
okay. Brian, can you...
Good morning, Keith.
Right, Brian. Can
I'm
you
here.
take the
I'm
phone-
listening.
Right, can you look at the phone rather than putting it next to your ear? That's
Right.
better.
That's better.
That's better. Yay!
Yeah, yeah.
Good man.
Not
That's
too
it,
close.
that's fine.
Not too close, Brian. Not too close, mate. We don't want to see what you had for breakfast.
I'm sorry, I'm hardly picking you up. Everything is distorted.
Right. It
Not
takes
really.
a minute.
This
Takes
should
a
be a
few
rival to
seconds to go
Gogglebox, this,
through.
wouldn't it?
Right. It takes a few seconds to go through to mobile phones, so such as Brian, Chris, and Tony might have a slight delay. So when we're speaking, try not cutting in. We all right
Keith,
then?
have you
That
taken
means
two of your
you,
shirts
John.
round to Paul?
Cut
No,
it
it's
in.
sat in our living room.
Pardon?
Paul sat in our living room. I'm sat in our bedroom.
Very nice. Be careful if he starts
You
moving up
always
to your
sleep.
bedroom.
We just got friends.
I always sleep with those hanging down above me.
Get alive. Get alive.
You get weirder every time I see you.
So,
Can-
Ian,
Can you put your hand up, John, when you go to speak?
No.
Right.
yes, John.
Thank you,
Yes.
Winston.
Yes, I will,
Yes,
Ian.
John.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome, Ian.
You're welcome, John.
It's a pleasure to see you.
And it is to hear you too, John.
Right. Okay, stop this loving. Paul, Paul the biscuit.
Right.
I'm just practicing putting my hand up.
I thought that was a high five.
Get on with it.
John, have you got any news for us?
Have I got any news? No, Ed is due to be out of confinement today. He was hoping it'd be yesterday, but it wasn't. So I'm going to check on him after the meeting. He's 7 days out of hospital now, so he should be out of confinement. I went and saw from a distance, Old John on Sunday, and they were having a street party, street bingo. They've got a street quiz on Wednesday night, all suitably distanced just from the bottom of the path. It's a very good idea. And we can't wait till VE Day.
We had,
That's right.
we had
Yeah.
a street quiz on Saturday night as well.
Did you?
Yeah, it was really good.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
John, one of the chaps I met on a walk with the dogs said he was getting bored with this lockdown, but they've done a virtual pub crawl to each other's house. So I don't know how they do it, but they supply themselves with beer, but they pretend each time they on the next pint that somebody's bought them all.
Right.
Bizarre.
Ron? Yes, Ron.
A bit more serious, are we going to have a minute silence at 11 o'clock? It's supposed to be a minute silence for the
NHF working.
essential workers who passed on.
At 11.
At 11.
Yes.
Isn't that round about the time that this session finishes? Isn't that round about
Yeah.
the time this session finishes? Sorry about that, Chris.
Yes. Right. Anybody else want to come in with anything?
Yeah, would
I just read.
John-
Oh, sorry, Michael
would John like to
Robinson.
tell us about the Look North thing? Because in Oxford we don't get Look North. So could you just give us a resume on how that went?
You can get it on catch up.
Yeah, you can get it
I?
on catch up. I mean, overall, it was about. I think it was Keith's short version video, 22 seconds. I believe, Keith, where he introduced me. Really, he was introducing his garden and his gnome. He introduced me and told some lies about me. And then there was a weird picture of me dialing Ed, talking to Ed, but without any volume, and then looking at you lot on the screen like I am now, but from the other side, so none of you could be seen.
So that video that's on WhatsApp and on the
Yeah,
web is the actual Look
that's
North.
more or less it. That is,
Right.
yeah.
Thank you.
So you have seen it really, but you
Yeah.
didn't realise, yeah.
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 Big Paul?
Yes, John, you mentioned the garden gnome. It's gone. When I couldn't open the whiskey last week, in a fit of pique, I smashed some of his ornaments up, his garden ornaments.
Paul, you're my hero. Paul, I love you.
I was that cold. I had to go home and have a whiskey.
I just heard this morning on a somber note about Michael Robinson, former Liverpool player who passed away.
Oh, this is on hero.
Right.
Oh,
At
dear.
61. Yeah,
He's a
just
good
61.
player.
Wow.
Flipping out.
That's very sad. Oh dear.
Yeah.
I'd like to mention for all right-minded people, in case you didn't realise, yesterday was the anniversary of our promotion back to the Premiership when we beat
Excellent.
Ipswich Town 2-0 with Scott Hogan and Jack O'Connell goals. Just thought I'd throw that one in.
And Leeds failing to win. So we might have
Thanks,
lost
Keith.
that one as well.
Oh, so not everything was bad then. Yeah.
Thanks, Keith. You've
Chris?
just made my morning. Thanks, Keith.
Yeah. So let's just today's football fact about April the 28th. Guess what happened today in
United
19
won.
Where's
Which
Keith
year?
gone?
Repeat the question.
Guess what happened when?
1923.
1923 FA Cup final, first FA Cup final.
It was the first FA Cup final at Wembley.
Yeah.
8th.
2-0 to Bolton.
2-0 to Bolton. Yeah.
David,
So, and what was the name of the horse?
Billy.
Trigger.
Billy.
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 That's
Billy.
correct.
Billy, that's
Yeah.
sharp.
Oh, of course. So that's today's fights about. But I've got some other stuff about April the 28th.
Yeah.
Captain Cook landed in Botany Bay.
Did he?
April the
Was
28th.
that the first Ashes series?
I bet it were full of
78.
sunbathers.
1789, Fletcher Christian led the mutiny on the Bounty.
Yeah.
1967, Muhammad Ali refused to go in the army.
Yes.
In 2003, Andre Agassi recaptured the world #1 ranking to become the oldest top-ranked male in the history of ATP, with 33 and 13 days.
Oh, a youngster.
Yeah.
Well, how old's Djokovic?
Well, that was then. It was the oldest.
Oh, right, sorry. Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah. Now then, what
Now then.
happened? 2007, a third consecutive World Cup for somebody. Any
The
clues?
third consecutive World Cup.
Yep.
2007. It's not football then.
Yeah.
What sport?
It wasn't football.
No, 2007.
And it could be rugby union, except it wouldn't be third consecutive, would it?
Yeah, I don't think there's been 3 consecutive cricket world champions.
It was cricket. Yes.
Oh,
Australia.
And
Australia.
Australia defeated Sri Lanka by 53 runs to win their third consecutive World Cup.
I didn't think anybody
Can
won
I-
that 3 times.
can I-
That's right.
Keith,
Yep.
Keith, can I
Yeah.
at this stage chuck in the fact that I saw that game?
Did you?
Wow.
Yeah. Can you tell us about it?
Can I tell you about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it ended in total farce. You'll probably remember this because it hit all the headlines. The ground had been built specially in Barbados, but they'd built it without floodlights, which was an astonishing omission when you realise that at 6 o'clock at night, it is pitch black. Anyway, they got towards the end. Duckworth Lewis is in operation, and Australia are winning by 50 runs. So the game is declared, the end. Nobody can see, and Australia are declared the winners. About 10 minutes later, all the players reappeared because the umpires got the rules wrong and decided the game had to be concluded or they had to come back the following day. There are about 3 overs to go.
Yeah.
So in pitch black, Simmons bowled almost like you would in the back garden to a 2-year-old, and the Sri Lankan batsman just pushed forward and blocked all the deliveries. They then rushed off in the total darkness for Australia to be declared the winners again. And then, footnote, this is true, footnote, they were having a dance celebration on the pitch, and they brought floodlights on to illuminate the dancing. Okay. Now, do you want the next footnote?
Yeah.
The lighting they brought on wasn't up to international standard, and the dancing, which was supposed to be broadcast over the whole of the Caribbean, it was too dark and they didn't show it.
Oh dear.
I went home then to my hotel because I'd been supporting Sri Lanka. And I had a couple of rum and cokes, and it was a hell of a day, but it was a farce. I've never seen anything like it. 28,000 people.
I thought those umpires didn't umpire another international.
Couldn't hear that, sorry.
I
Yeah.
hope the umpires didn't umpire another international after that. I hope the umpires didn't umpire another international.
I can't quite hear, but the umpires were severely sanctioned,
Yes.
banned for a year, and fined something like $10,000 each.
Blimey.
And
Right.
how they got the rules wrong that were so clear with Duckworth Lewis Nobody has ever realised what happened, but in the panic, that's what happened, and it was an amazing final to see. And actually, it's the only one I've ever seen, and it was amazing.
Perhaps they were on the rum and cokes you were on.
I think they were on drugs and rum and coke, and I wasn't on drugs.
Yeah. So, just
Sorry to interrupt, Keith. I was sorry to interrupt
It's
you,
all
but I
right.
couldn't resist.
I forgot to mention that when United clinched promotion
Yeah.
yesterday, last year.
Can you say that again,
Wednesday-
Keith? What's this about?
No, Wednesday drew 3-3 at Preston.
Good
I
riddance.
remember that. Yeah.
2-0 down, 2-0 and 3-1 down with goals from Bannon, Forestieri and Nuhu.
No,
Well done.
They had to
No,
play
you.
the last 10 minutes with 10 men because they had some other foreigner sent off.
That was a memorable day.
Yeah.
Can I tell you
Now-
about where I was when we heard about United clinching promotion? It was the London Marathon weekend. So on the Saturday,
All right.
on the Saturday afternoon, we went to the Westfield Shopping Centre because we wanted to have a decent meal. So we were in a restaurant there. So we were listening to the game on the phone while we were eating our meal, while we were looking at the Olympic Stadium, which of course is West Ham's ground. So
Yeah.
really enjoying that. So we were
Did
jumping
Tevez
up-
ever play there? Yeah.
I don't know, but we were jumping up and down because United had got promotion, and they were doing an exhibition on the ground floor of the Westfield where you could go and have your photograph taken with the Premier League trophy. So I went down and protested that they didn't have. You could borrow one of the scarves, and they got a scarf from every Premier League team. So I went down and protested that they hadn't got a Sheffield United scarf. I said, they said, but they're not in the Premier League. I said, we've been in the Premier League for 10 minutes now. What are you messing at? Anyway, they found me a red and white scarf from somewhere.
Arsenal.
Well done, mate.
It wasn't the Southampton one.
So, so that was it. Famous birthdays from today. Lionel Barrymore. Was he,
Oh, Lionel Barrymore. But
was
It's
he
a
the
Wonderful
original
Life.
Hawkeye or something?
No.
Right. Mike Brealey.
Oh, yeah.
Top man.
He-
Yeah. Good captain.
Do you want to
Poor
Yeah.
cricket. 56 was Jeremy Beadle. I don't think he's going to turn up today.
Look out, he's behind you.
Not
Yeah.
today, it's not.
1960 was Ian Rankin. The
The
novelist.
author. Yeah.
Yeah.
66 was John Daly.
Oh.
And 74 was Vernon Kay. And in 1980, Bradley Wiggins. And they
Bradley
are
Wiggins. Yeah.
celebrity birthdays.
Bradley Wiggins, the man with lots of asthma. Yeah.
Stop it.
It still bugs me that he got so much credit and Froome gets barely any by comparison. And Froome's achievements far surpass Wiggins.
But he was the one that started it off. He
Right.
he was the one that made him believe it was possible.
With Froome's help in that race. Yeah.
With anything's possible. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron wants to speak.
He's never got any Olympic goals, has he?
No.
He got a bronze on the same day because I was there when he did it.
Yeah.
But Wiggins has also got Olympic goals.
Yeah, he did get 4 Tour de France, a Giro d'Italia and a Vuelta d'España. And not many can say that.
No.
Not in a Sheffield accent, anyway.
No. By the way, just to after the video on Look North yesterday,
Were you all
I
up
got-
north?
on Look North yesterday,
Yeah.
I got lots of messages from people who the group don't know, but who know both me and John.
Oh, right.
And very many of, well, in fact, all of them were extremely kind to John.
Oh,
We
fancy
must have
that.
felt sorry for him.
Yeah, they thought I were in a home.
Yes, that's right.
Surprised to see me out and about. Well, out and about the kitchen, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I've got a few nice messages, yeah.
yeah, that's good. So,
Yeah.
Doug, what have you been doing this week?
That's a great deal. I just been in garden most of the week.
Right. Okay.
That's about it. Not been out of the house.
Yeah.
Change of
Tony?
weather.
All right. Tony, what have you been up to?
Been
Walking,
talking to Paul McCartney.
walking more than anything, Keith.
Just walking, okay.
Walking.
Brian?
Me, every evening, I tend to go out after 6:30, after I've had my evening meal, and I tend to go walk down the fields towards Woodsets, and I do about 2 kilometres. And if I go about 6:30, you don't see many people. So and the few people that you do see, obviously you keep well apart and everybody obeys the rules. And so one night I did see Unitedite, so we did actually have a fair conversation about, obviously, United, where we would have been. And of course, was it last weekend? We should have been at Wembley, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we would have beat Arsenal, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So,
You were my tip for the cup this year,
that's what I
Brian.
do. I sort of do my domestics during the day, in the garden, on the phone to different people. And I say in the evening, I find that's the best time to go walking.
Good.
Of course, there's plenty of places to walk where I live, and it's quite open in the country. So, and
Yeah.
the weather's been kind to us, so it's been really enjoyable. So, really, that's basically what I'm doing at the moment.
Well done,
And
Richard.
listening to you fellas, it's really enlightening, and it's really perked me up a lot listening to you fellas today.
It's raining now.
It is, it's raining.
Yeah.
And Chris, what about you? What have you been up to?
Well, actually, I share a few of the things that Richard's been doing, going out for walks, finding different walks, even near my own house, which I didn't know really were there, which has been good, and going at the right times to meet the fewest number of people. I have not met anyone from United. So, Richard, well done, mate. The main thing I've done this week is I set myself a target of writing up my dad's autobiography, and I have made a big impression in it, because you've now got time to sit down and do it. And I am amazed at reading what my dad has written. My dad passed away a few months ago, but he wrote his autobiography in longhand, and I'm trying to convert it into something that more people could probably read. It is absolutely, I'm just amazed at some of the stories. I've got as far as his dad. Does anyone mind me saying this?
No.
No.
All right.
Oh,
My dad being taken by his dad in 1947 to Harold Larwood's sweet shop in Blackpool, where Harold Larwood had retired and was quietly serving sweets in a Blackpool shop. My granddad, who knew Harold Larwood as a teammate, took my dad at 10 years old to meet his great hero, Harold Larwood. And just talking about it, I'm amazed at what I'm saying.
That's incredible.
It's a staggering
It's
autobiography,
incredible
which
story.
I'm going to
Yeah.
write up.
And
I must do it.
Chris, am I right in thinking
Yeah.
he also met someone else the same day?
Well, it's hardly believable, but my granddad took my dad to Bloomfield Road on the same day,
Stanley
And
Matthews.
and they watched Stanley Matthews training on his own, doing laps of the ground at Bloomfield Road. And then my dad met Matthews and got his autograph. So he got Harold Larwood's autograph and Stanley Matthews' autograph on the same day And the
Fantastic.
dad's put that it was one. He put something like "I was in Wonderland," and that began my dad's lifelong habit of collecting autographs, which I have inherited because I love, as Keith will know, I like collecting autographs.
Okay.
That's a great
Ron?
story.
It's true. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So just a quickie about Stanley Matthews.
Hang on, John. John, hang on. Ron.
It's 11 o'clock. If I could have a
Yeah,
minute
it's 11 o'clock.
silence.
Not that I'm aware of.
Right.
No. Hello.
It's 11 o'clock, John.
Is it?
Hello? Are we still there?
Minute silence.
Brian, we're having a minute's silence for all the
Right.
health. Is somebody timing it?
Yeah.
All over.
That's it.
Over, well done.
That's why I was pointing at my watch, Keith.
All right, sorry.
I got the message in.
We must
Right.
rehearse.
Yes, John, sorry.
No, I was only saying just with Chris mentioning Stanley Matthews, I'm reading Jimmy Greaves' autobiography and he mentions Stanley Matthews and said after 14 years at Bloomfield Road, they didn't give him a testimonial. They refused to give him a testimonial.
Good
It's
grief.
incredible. Also reading about Tom Finney that you're probably aware of. He was Mr. Preston, but I forget which Italian club, big Italian club, wanted to come in from. Well, it wasn't actually one of the bigger ones, but they wanted to give him like a 10,000 quid signing on fee, £130 a week, his own villa and his own car. And the Preston chairman said, that going nowhere. You know, Preston player, that going nowhere. So he missed that chance of an absolute fortune and stayed loyal to Preston. But the chairmans in those days were Mr. Big, weren't they? What they said when, however stupid they were.
Yeah.
Keith,
Right,
running out of time.
We're now down to almost the last minute. So I'm going to end this meeting and we can start the other one. Go and get a cup of tea. And we'll start the other one shortly after.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.